Hello, everyone. My name is Carolyn Jones. Today, I'm going to be talking about Competency 2D. Candidates can recognize and acknowledge the contributions of diverse cultural groups to our local, national, and global societies. In Competency 2H, candidates can explain how her or his own ethnic, culture, and socioeconomic status influence teaching practices. So we read an article today written by Dr. Eric Johnson and Sarah Newcomer about partnering with Latino youth to incite the shifts in teacher preparation. I remember hearing about this when this was happening. The community that I believe that they went to is a local community by our school at Ochoa. In the article, it talks about Latinos families represent the largest growing minority group in the United States. And here in Pasco, I think we see that. I was born and raised in Pasco, went through all the schools. And when I grew up in the 80s and 90s, graduated in 95, we had high Hispanic population. But as we went on and my son has gone through school, him being Hispanic also, we have seen that Pasco has become predominantly Hispanic. And the shift that has changed nationally, we see that and we feel that here in Pasco. We no longer see the students that come, the migrant students, and at the graduation with the different colored robes, they come and they stay here in Pasco, and we have them in our schools every day. In the article, it talks about the teachers and how what we see as the teachers compared to the students necessarily is not the same. And I think that we feel that at the middle school level. At my school in particular, at the certified staff that we have, we do not have the majority Latinos like our school body is. And I think we also see that, let's talk about, also see that with the male-female too. We need more of the male role models with our teachers. We do have some, but we don't see as many. I want to talk about, the article talks about the goal and what was being worked towards is knowing and figuring out the student background to be able to use those activities, the things that we've learned from our students and our families, then in the classroom environment and the lessons. I think the things that we see, the life experiences, the student backgrounds, and the dynamics of the family encourage in classroom instruction. It allows the student to be a part of the lesson, for them to feel understood. It develops trust between the teacher and the student, but then also this teacher and the families. It helps build confidence, and then the self-esteem, which then helps motivate the student to do their best in everything that they do in the classroom and also outside of the classroom. And when all those things come together, we know that relationship that you build with your students helps the student, and the student will strive to do better academically. A personal experience after reading this article that I felt to share at Ochoa, we haven't done it in the last couple years, but we had an opportunity probably 5 years ago. Our principal packed us all up and we went on a bus and we actually toured our community. We stopped at the trailer park that is right on the corner of Ochoa's grounds. Even though it's right there on the corner, we didn't have teachers that had ever wandered over there and seen what the homes are like, gotten out, talked with the families. We drove through and we saw the apartment complexes. That is by Martin Luther King Center. That is many places where our students and our families come together to play soccer, to play basketball. We also went out to our trailer park out by Sacagawea, and we were able to get out and actually walk that trailer park. And we saw that what happens when a student misses the bus, there is no transportation at that time for the student to then be able to get to our school. They had to walk down that main highway with semis passing to be able to get to the school. So I think it opened up the eyes for many of our staff members, seeing where our students live, seeing their families in the environment that they live in. I wish it was something that we did more often, but we haven't. After reading this article, it made a lot of things open up for me. For me as athletic director, one of the things that I try to commit to is even when my athletes leave me, I still make that connection. I try to make it to as many freshman basketball, football, volleyball, soccer games that I can, because I've made the commitment to my athletes while they were at Ochoa and to the families that I'm going to be there and support them. And I try to do that and go and see them in their own environment once they've left us. In conclusion, I believe this article was a heartfelt one. I think it's something that internalized me, and I want to talk to more people about being able to do home visits, going out and getting into the environments of our students and our families rather than just waiting for them to come to the schools. Our families do come to the schools, and when they send their children to us, they trust us. But how wonderful it is to go to their homes and be a part of their lives.